An amazing day to all my classmates all over the world, and welcome to another chess lesson. I missed you guys. It's been a while since I posted videos. And for those who followed, subscribed, liked, and watched my videos, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, we are starting to actually learn how to play chess. If you just follow my videos and watch my videos from the first video after the next following videos, it is expected that you will be learning the chess basics. Plus, you will be practicing on your own. And just feel free to comment and tell me what can I do to help you improve your game. I'd really appreciate it. Shout out to our guys from San Jose Community High School in the Philippines. They asked for my assistance yesterday to spar with our players who will be joining the regional competition. Thank you so much for that opportunity. I hope I will be able to be a help for the improvement of our players there. It's that school is very close to my heart. I've taught there for like 6 years. Thanks so much for seeking my help, and I really appreciate that. It's my honor to actually help you guys. And today we are going to talk about a very important skill in our game, and that is attacking. No, a chess game is like a war between two kingdoms. Okay, and it is important that you know how to attack. Let me just clarify something before I start. Attacking and capturing is different. Attacking is also the same as aiming or looking to capture. Okay? So, and in the starting position, again, this is how it starts. You would be playing your pieces. After playing your pieces, now the next famous move is knight to f3. You are attacking the pawn that is pushed by your opponent on the e5 square. Okay, this is what attacking is all about. Okay, attacking is aiming to capture. If your opponent ignored this move, knight to f3, then you will be able to capture the pawn on e5. That's what attacking is, preparing to capture. And with an attack, there are lots of possibilities that can happen because your opponent would actually react to the attack. How? By defending. And defending, okay, it will be discussed in the next lesson. So let's start with the basics. Okay. The basic thing in attacking is actually this. Okay. Now we are playing white and we want to attack the rook. How do we attack the rook? Tell me what move would you do for your bishop, which moves diagonally, okay, like this, to attack the rook. Where do you stop? Which square do you stop for you to make an attack on the rook? Okay, if you're thinking about bishop to c5, and that is correct. Bishop to c5 is where you stop your bishop for you to make an attack to the rook. That is what we call an attack, aiming at the piece. Bishop to c5 is the answer. Now let's try more puzzles for attacking. How about this? Now you have a rook on the b8 square, a king on the e8 square. Which piece can attack the knight? Of course, the king could not attack. The king can only move one square at a time. So you would be thinking about the rook. Can the rook capture the king and attack the knight? No, it could not. The rook, although it moves straight to the right, could not use this square because this square is occupied. That's part of the rule of chess. You cannot capture your own piece and you cannot put your own piece on the square where you have your pieces on. So, what do we need to do? We need to look for other options. How do we attack the knight? Okay, the move is rook to b3. That's how to attack the knight. Good job. Okay, let's make other examples. How about this? Can Okay, now we're playing black piece. Okay, there are several ways for you to attack the bishop because the queen can move to many squares, many different squares. Okay, can you give me several ways or just three ways on how to attack the bishop? Okay, I showed you one already, and that is queen to b2. That's an attack. Queen to e4, and that's also an attack. Queen to c4, that's also an attack. Are there more aside from these three that we have given? Yes, there are more. In fact, a queen to b4 is actually an attack. And then you can go far diagonally and still attack the bishop. You can also go in front of the bishop, although that's not advisable because the bishop moves diagonally. If you attack on the way where the bishop is going, in the next move, bishop will capture you. And also this e e1 square. Okay? These are not good squares to attack. Technically, it's still attacking. Okay? Now, let's move forward to another illustration. How do we attack the knight on c8? Okay, now we are going to attack the knight on c8 by moving our bishop to d7. And that's how to attack the knight on c8. Let's do another example. Attacking. Wow, the knight. Okay, let's maneuver the knight and attack the bishop on h6. How do we do that? Okay, do we go here on g2? Do we go here on f3? Do we go on f5? Or do we go on g6? If you're thinking about f5, then you are thinking correctly. We attack the bishop with our knight by moving our knight 1 2 turn to f5. Because see, if your knight is on f5, we go 1 2 turn, we are going to be able to capture the bishop if he ignored our move. Next, now, here's some tricky things. How do we attack the rook? Can we attack the rook using this bishop? Never. Okay, because the rook is on dark square and the bishop that we have right now is a light colored bishop. So how do we attack the rook? Do we attack this way? Do we attack this way? We can do that, although it's not advisable because the rook will be able to capture us if we try to attack on that square. So there are two ways for us to attack the rook using our queen. How? Yes, definitely. Queen to a1 is the perfect way to attack the rook, and also queen to d4 is the other square for us to attack the rook. Let's move forward. Now here, the bishop. Okay, it is important for us to be able to attack and attack safely. Yes, okay, for example this. We could really attack here. Bishop to a4, oh, a5, sorry. And then, on the next turn, if black ignores our threat to capture the knight on the next move, then we can easily capture the knight. However, if black is so smart that he is looking at your move, at the previous move, and investigate and analyze what he can do, the rook can easily capture and the attack or the threat is now gone. So how do we attack this knight safely? Okay, correct. We could attack the knight safely by moving our bishop to e3, and then it diagonally attacks the knight. That's how to attack with our bishop. Next puzzle, okay? Here, how do we attack the rook? We could never attack this knight because it's on a dark square and our bishop is on a light square. Do we attack on c3? Oh, sorry, c4 or on g6? Correct. C4. Okay, C4 square is a dangerous square for you to put your bishop on because the knight is directly protecting that square and you don't want to put your pieces in danger. So what you want to do is to put your bishop on G6. When it's on G6, it's safe from the attack of the rook and the attack of the knight. So this is a safe square for you to attack the rook. Okay? Let us always remember that we should not put our pieces in squares that are protected by our opponent. Always put your pieces in safe squares. How about this? We have the knight. The knight is being threatened by the queen. And we can remove that threat by moving away our knight and at the same time attack something from our opponent's piece. Okay, again, this is a basic skill that you need to know when you are playing chess. You need to know how to attack and aim for the pieces of the opponent. Okay, how do we attack the queen? Should we attack the queen here? No, that's too far. And that's even further. And that's very far, and it's a dangerous square for us to move our knight into. The knight is here. The knight here on c3. The knight can go here on e3. It attacks the queen. But yes, you're thinking right. The knight could not be there because it's a dangerous square for your knight. The knight could go to f6 as well, and also the knight can go to f4. The f4 square is the perfect square for you to attack the queen. Okay, that's the trick of attacking. Okay, so chess is a thinking game, analyzing game, weighing game, and as much as possible, you don't want to lose your pieces without any good reasons. Okay? Now here, let's use the king to attack something. Can we attack the knight here? Of course not. And we can also not attack the knight here. Why? Because the knight is protecting those squares. So how do we attack the knight on d4? Okay, so we attack the knight on d4 by putting our king to e4. That's the perfect square for us to attack the knight. Now let's go to the next example. Now here, the knight should attack the rook. How do we attack the rook? Okay, this is just like the puzzle that we had earlier, where the bishop is protecting the square where the knight can go. Okay, so this is a dangerous square, a bad square for us. That's what we learned in the previous lesson, good square and bad square, because it's important that we put our pieces in good squares. Now here is the answer. For you to attack the rook, you have to put your knight on c5. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I want us to attack. I want us to attack the knight. Okay, sorry. Can we attack the knight with our rook? Yes, we could attack the knight, but it's not safe. Again, we should attack safely because if you put the rook on a1, it's a dangerous square. Why? The bishop is controlling that square. And the same story goes to rook to d4 because the bishop is also controlling that square. You don't like that. You don't like to lose your rook. So what do we attack? Of course, instead of attacking the knight, we attack the correct piece by attacking the bishop, by putting our rook on e4 or putting our rook on a5. Okay. So that is attacking. And attacking is an essential part or essential skill that you need to learn. And attacking effectively would actually lead you to wins. And that's all for today, my dear classmates. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have questions, if there's something that I can help you with, go ahead and comment and give me something to think about. And I'll definitely answer you back. Thank you so much once again and enjoy the rest of your day. God bless.